Hey guys, it's me, Dave. It's 11/25/2020. So I want to tell you something really quick, you guys. Okay, so I had a big pile of paperwork on the floor, hanging my around my bed or whatever, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna look through it. Um, I was committed in 2016. These guys act like they want to throw me in the psych ward every week. I don't know if it's just some guy that likes to torture you or whatever, but once a week it seems like this guy wants to throw me in the psych ward again. So anyway, I was looking through my paperwork for the hospital, you know, and they will lie. They will lie to your face. Um, when you get in the psych ward or you get committed, they will lie to you. Okay, so one of the things they lied, they locked me in a lockdown section in the ER. They had a little lockdown section for people that had outbursts and stuff like that. Well, they locked me in there for 2 days. They gave me medications and they knocked me out for like 24 hours, and then they were gonna bring me to the psych ward. Well, when the guy came, he's like, "Do you consent to go into the psych ward?" And I said, "Yes, I do." Okay, so I got over there, and I don't know what happened, but there was a nurse or somebody that said something like, somebody said you didn't consent to come over here. So I'm gonna get to my point in a minute, you guys. Okay, so I was looking at my paperwork, and they did mark it down. I consented to come over there. Okay, so they'll play mind tricks on you to get reactions and all this stuff out of you. So they lied to my face at that time, but on the paperwork it did say that I consented to go over there. All right. Okay, so I was reading my rights. Okay, nobody explained my rights to me. I didn't have an advocate. I didn't have anybody on my side. Nobody explained my rights to me. Okay, so I was looking at the paperwork, and I was in there for 5 weeks. Okay, 5 weeks, and I was getting tortured. Probably out of the 5 weeks, I was probably getting tortured 3 weeks out of the 5 weeks. They took it easy on me the first couple weeks, and then the torture and the harassment, in-person harassment, started with all the perps and provoking me and all this stuff. Okay, so I was looking at my rights, which I apparently I signed. I might have signed it at the end when I got out. I don't remember signing. I didn't sign anything at the beginning, but I have rights. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm a little wound up here. Okay, so in my rights it said that I have every right, um, within, I don't know, 24 hours or whatever. If I put in writing that I don't belong here, I don't want to be here, I have a right to say that. Okay? So I wish I had the paper here. It's a big mess. I can't dig out the paperwork. Otherwise, I'd show you guys. Okay, so at the beginning it says I have the right to refuse treatment, and I have the right to put in writing that I don't want to be here, and I have the right to refuse treatment. Okay, so now these guys will lie to you. If you ever get committed or you end up in the psych ward, okay, you guys, they will lie to you, to your face, okay, and they will hold back that paperwork, and you might sign it, but you might sign it at the end, when you get out. You know, I think that's what they did to me, because I don't remember signing anything in the beginning. But okay, so my paperwork said, I have the right to refuse treatment. I have the right to refuse medications, and I have a right to write in writing that I want to get out of here. Okay, within, I don't know, 24 hours or something. They did not advise me of my rights at the beginning. Okay, I just went through my paperwork now, and I was reading all this. I'm like, oh my God, they didn't tell me all this stuff. They were totally playing mind games with me and all this stuff. I was in there for 5 weeks. 5 weeks. And I had every right to an advocate. I had every right to try to get out of there. So they were just totally, it was a psyop, I mean, they're totally lying to me right to my face and all this stuff, Oh, it's just unreal. I was looking at my paperwork, and it's just unreal. When I was in the ER, they told me, they said, if you refuse medication, we can force you to take medication, which is a total lie. Up here in Minnesota, we have a lot of human rights. We have a lot of rights. A lot of rights up here in Minnesota, Okay, so these people totally lied to me, They can't force feed me medications. I have a right to refuse any medications, any treatment that they're trying to do on me. And I can write, and I can have an advocate there with me, and I can write that I don't belong here, according to the paperwork I just read. So these people will lie to you. If you don't agree with what they're doing to you, and when you're a target, they will lie, and they will abuse you, and they will torture you, and all this stuff. But we have rights. They can't take away our rights, you guys. They can say that. They used to say that on V2K. Oh, we took away your rights. They want you out of society and all this stuff. They can't do that. You always have rights. Even prisoners have rights in jail. And they can exercise those rights. Well, we have rights too. So, it ticks me off. I wish I would have known this 5 years ago. It's been, that was in 2016, so it's close to 5 years now. March 21, it'll be 5 years. So I want to warn you guys, if you get locked up, you guys, and you end up in the psych ward or whatever, always ask to see your rights in the state you're in. Maybe do a little research on rights right now. If you're getting tortured and all this stuff, make sure you know your rights. It's very powerful, you guys. So I just want to warn you guys, know your rights, and you can request your rights, and you can have an advocate there with you. That's someone on your side if she's not turned. They turn a lot of people against us, even the nurses and all this stuff, doctors, nurses, and all this stuff. Okay, so if I get locked up again, I want a copy of my rights. I have the right to advocate to get the heck out of there, and not hold me in there for a month or two. It's just unreal. I got taken advantage of. I was a sucker. I don't want you guys to be a sucker. Know your rights, you guys. If you're out there passing out flyers and they want to lock you up, or you're calling the police and they want to lock you up, know your rights. You know, do a little research in the state you're in, and you know, it may save you in the long run. You know, if you know your rights, because we do have rights, you guys. You can't take that away from us and stuff. So, I just thought I'd do a little video and tell you guys that. It's after midnight here. I'm gonna go to bed pretty quick here, but I hope you guys doing well and stuff, and I hope you guys have a good Thanksgiving. You know, I know our families are against us and all this stuff, but you know, maybe, you know, sometimes it's better to not talk about this if you want to have relationships with your family and enjoy the holidays and all that stuff, you know. So anyway, I'm gonna cut this off, and I hope you guys doing well, and I'll talk to you later.